Welcome to the Yoga Chronicles, to another episode, and today we're going to be talking about seated postures. So if you remember, in our first episode we were exploring the standing postures. Today we're going to be coming down closer to Mother Earth, to our mats, and closer to a very natural state of being actually in our daily lives. Maybe not in the modern world, but for example, living in Asia, we tend to sit and eat like this, and therefore this position is definitely one that, or these poses are definitely poses that brings me back home, and hopefully also all of us into a more primal, natural state of being. So, like always, it's really important that we have our support system with us, our block, a nice cushion, hard or soft, depending, or both if you need, and a nice strap. So, and then we're gonna just see that we have all of that. Pause the video if you need to, if you don't have something and would like to get it. And we're just gonna wait a moment before we welcome this class. See that you have everything you need around you. And then place yourself in the center of your mat, very simply with crossed legs. Because we're going to be sitting for the whole time, it would be useful if you wanted to place a block under your buttocks that would allow the compression in your knees to reduce if there is a strong one present. So see what you need and then just simply melt into that position. All right. So we're gonna face our palms upwards today for inspiration, for connection and presence. And then we're going to simply bring our pointers to our thumbs. And we're going to start taking deep breaths in and out in this chin mudra, allowing there to be connection between body and breath. The thumb represents fire and the pointer represents air. Feel how your inner fire is transforming the prana outside to use it for various purposes, to give life quality, to rejuvenate and energize and relax. And let us start this class by simply taking long, deep breaths, the longest of your whole life till right now. Breathing in with your nose, filling up your belly and chest, and as you exhale, release all tension and stress. See how long you could make those inhales. And maybe you can make your exhales even longer to really relax your body into this moment. And then gently open up your eyes, relax your fingers, and allow your hands to come at heart center in Anjali Mudra. And we're going to bow down to ourselves, through each other and to each other, because we are all reflections of the light. Namaste. And then you can lift up your body, your crown towards the sky, pushing slightly your navel towards your spine, and then lifting up your arms, opening up your light like rays of sunshine, spreading it to every being in this world. and then allowing that universal love to come back to you as universal love does. So, on that note, release your hands and let us prepare us for the 6 poses of today. So, for our first pose, I would, if you're not only on it, if you're, then I would recommend maybe contemplating the use of this right now. If you're a beginner, then definitely place that under your bum so that you can sort of support yourself through the next 30 minutes. As we said, we're barely coming out of the seated style. So if you need, then place this under your bum. If not, that's completely fine. And we're going to go for our first pose, Siddhasana. And for Siddhasana, so that we can really understand the placement of the legs, let us really spread out our legs. Perhaps we give our knees a shake, our hands a shake. Wonderful. Perhaps a bit circling with our necks. Wonderful. And then we're going to start. So Siddhasana is like the base pose of all seated positions. It is the perfect pose for meditation. It is the pose that teaches us that real quality rises from simplicity. For a very long time, this was the area where asanas were mainly concentrated in. We didn't have so much standing and supine and inversions. Rather, this or these seated variations such as Siddhasana or Padmasana were used as the main body of asanas. So in Siddhasana, we are able to allow the energy to flow upwards and integrate mind, body, and soul, and allow the inner world to activate itself. In order to get ready for this pose, we want to start with the legs. So let us start by bending the right leg, and we place our feet onto our thighs. This is the easy part. The tricky part is getting the other leg in. So we're going to bend then our left leg underneath our right shin and then bring it over to the thighs. So it's between your calves and your thighs. And actually then when you notice, both of your feet are in that same position. We are trying to compress nerve endings and neural pathways that are going through our legs, starting from the center, which is our brain. So if you see that it is easy for you to come into this position, wonderful. It's possible that one leg lifts itself up or one knee, that's also okay. If you feel that is not an option for you, also not while sitting on the block, then perhaps simply allow one of your legs to practice this today, to really place your foot sole against your thighs. And with the other one, you can simply place it under without having to go through to the top side. So simply practicing it with one side, and if it feels comfortable, then only practicing it with both sides. Perfect. So depending on what position you're in, it's now time to center ourselves into this position. Let us place our hands on top of our knees. Gently tuck your navel towards your spine. Allow your shoulders to drop down and allow your crown to lift up. Siddhasana, the pose of connection to the inner world. And we're going to take 10 seconds here in this pose today, breathing deeply in and out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Let's take a deep breath in, opening up our eyes. And as we exhale, let us release our hands. Prepare first that your right leg, or the only leg that was up, to stretch it back out. Then we're going to stretch out both our legs and give our knees a nice shake. one after the other, really giving also the back leg a massage, and then gently coming back into stillness. Wonderful. So, for our next pose, we want to bend in both our legs similarly and simultaneously, and we're going to kiss the feet in and pull in when it's possible, that we have the flexibility here in the groins and the hips to pull it closer in. If you see that's not working for you, then allow your feet to not only be relaxed, but perhaps also going a bit further forward. Another option would be to place a cushion or a block underneath your knees, really giving you the opportunity to relax in the pose. So please see how it is comfortable to you, and then you can hold your feet here gently, or you can place your hands in Dhyan Mudra, allowing fire and fire to touch with each other and concentrating. Pushing your navel slightly into your spine, keeping your shoulders relaxed, stretching up your crown to the sky and breathing. Again, spending about 5 seconds here in this pose today, in this hip opening seated position. 5, 4, 3, keep breathing. 2, and 1. Wonderful. All right. We're gonna relax our Dhyan Mudra, what is also just on the side really good for concentration or removing ailments or negativity from our mind space and landscape. All right, we want to flutter very gently our butterfly flaps or wings. And then we're going to bring our knees close to our chest, knees together. We're going to hug ourselves quickly here with a rounded back for a slight counter movement, allowing your neck to relax. And then lift up your head. Allow your legs to cross gently with each other. And then we're going to practice a little bit of seated cat and cow before we move on to our next pose, to really give the spine a bit of thanks and relaxation for going through with us so beautifully through these seated postures. So your palms are facing down. As you inhale, we want to open the chest, look up to the sky. This is your cow position. And as you exhale, create a rounded back, bring your shoulders forward and bring your chin to your chest. One more time, inhaling into your cow position and exhaling into your cat position. Really stretching out the arms here for this last one. And then gently, vertebrae for vertebrae, lifting up your body, preparing for the next pose, Parvatanasana. So Parvatanasana is very interesting because inside this pose we can experience the 7 wonders of the spine. So root your legs as best as you can to your mat. Engage your navel towards your spine. Allow your arms to come up all the way. First, place your fingers together. Then interlock your fingers, all of them, and then twist them around and open them towards the sky. This allows you to lift up your upper body, your chest and stomach, really high up into the sky. And we're going to go for the 7 wonders here. Take a deep inhale, stretch up higher. And as you exhale, very straight, move your body to the right side. Experience this movement that your spine allows you to do. Keep your legs stable and rooted towards the ground. Inhale and lift up your body. Navel engaged. Exhale into the left side. Chest open. Inhale, coming back up into the center. And exhale, opening up the chest and shoulders. Looking up. Inhale, coming back to the center. And exhale, going all the way down as low as possible, relaxing the neck. And inhale, lifting up our body, straightening and stretching it out. Exhale, twisting our body to the right side. And then inhale, coming back to the center. And exhale, twisting it to the left side. Wonderful. Inhale, coming back to the center. Exhale, releasing your hands. Bring your hands to shoulder length and then all the way down at the back, hands placed underneath the shoulders. And then exhaling, lifting up your hips as good as you can, opening up the chest. Wonderful. And then with an inhale, allow your buttocks to touch the ground, vertebrae for vertebrae. Come back into a seated position. Deep breath in. Wonderful. And now we're going to be moving us in a slightly other position. We're going to prepare ourselves for Matsyasana, the fish pose. So there's a couple of ways in which we can do this pose. Make sure that right now your blocks are definitely on hand. So I'm going to be showing you a few variations. We're going to start with seed or original. Originally we can keep our legs in Padmasana, another amazing seated meditation posture. And I would only suggest this to you if you feel comfortable and have been doing it already for a long time. If not, go for Badha Konasana. Simply place your feet kissed towards or kissed with each other. So we have our body in Padmasana or in Badha Konasana. That is up to you. And then we're gonna gently release our hands at the back. We can stay here in this position today if we feel that no further is good for us. If we want to go further, we're gonna place our elbows underneath our shoulders and we're gonna then enjoy this position, opening up our chest, opening up our hips, stabilizing our feet to the ground. And if you are on your hands and if you feel that you can go down, but you would need a bit of support, then prepare a block for the center of your spine and then allow your body to just rest onto the block and then allow your elbows to drop down underneath the shoulders and then let your head down. This would make us a little bit higher, so it's good that we have also a support for our head. And we're just going to keep breathing deeply in and out. And if you feel that you don't need the support, all well and good, then just bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, open up your chest, and allow your head to reach as close as possible to the ground. Keep breathing deeply and gently here. If you feel dizzy when you bring your head back, then keep your chin closer to your chest. You need to get used to that. Keep your elbows underneath your shoulders. And then to come back, we gently come back on our hands and step by step come out of this position. Another way to do this pose, let's just try to do that before we come out, is to straighten the legs, slight distance between the legs, and then we're going to bend our elbows underneath our shoulders, open up the chest, and keep the chin towards the chest if we feel that we're not ready to go all the way down or all the way up and back. So, and if you feel comfortable, you can open up the chest and look all the way back and enjoy your fish pose. Keep breathing, keep your legs activated, chest open. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Slowly and gently raising up your head, coming back on your hands. And another way to prepare this would be to sit on the hands and to first lie down on the ground and then coming up on the elbows, opening up the chest, and then allowing your head to drop down as low as possible. So, to come out step by step. In this one, we come back onto the ground. And we want to stay on the ground to neutralize these poses. Allow your legs to shake in and out. And then perhaps, while keeping your heels stable, simply move your toes back and forth to give your entire body a nice flow of energy now, distributing it. This new energy that you're breathing in. And then gently come back into stillness and allow yourself to rest here for a couple of breaths. And then when you feel ready, bring your knees to your chest, slightly interlock and hug your thighs, bringing your head closer to your knees. And then take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, give yourself a couple of swings, massaging the spine. And then make your swing a little bit stronger, allowing yourself to lift back up. Wonderful. We've got 2 more poses in front of us. Our Virasana, the hero pose, and our Supta Virasana. Or we're going to try the Ardha Supta Virasana for the beginners. So, for Virasana, we're actually going to be sitting on our heels. We can start in a 4-feeted stand or the tabletop. Wonderful. And then we're going to bring our knees together if it feels comfortable to us. If you feel that your hips would need a little bit of distance between them, do that. Place your feet together, keep your feet relaxed, and then step by step, go with your hands backwards till you sit on your heels. So, it is possible that you're not ready for this yet as a beginner. And in that case, we're going to lift up again, create a hip-wide distance, place a block or 2 underneath our bum, and then allow our body to come back into the position. If you feel 1 block is not enough, then place a second one and try to create as much as distance you need here in your legs so that you feel no compression on the knees. Perfect. So depending on your position, come into your center. Allow yourself to experience this pose. Let us bring our hands one on top of the other back into Dhyan Mudra and really let the asana come alive. Fire and fire is touching with thumbs pressed together. Your navel is engaged, your shoulders are reaching for the earth, your crown to the sky. And we're gently breathing here. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. So release your hands, take a deep inhale and lift up from your heels or from your cushion, and then place your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Inhale and let's go back into our cow position. Exhale and let's come into our cat position. Wonderful. And then come into a neutral spine. And we're going to prepare ourselves for the last pose. For this, I want to start by teaching it first with a block or with the supports. So basically what we need to do is come into the center of our mats. And even now for the intermediates and advanced, I want to start by first explaining how to do it with support. You can feel free to move into the pose without the block or try this out to see how your body feels. So we start from Virasana. It's Supta Virasana. That means it's going in supine position, lying down. And we're going to simply start by bringing first our hands back so that diagonally our body is already going in the direction of choice. And if we feel good here, then we're going to start to play around by bringing a cushion or a block here for the center of our back and try to bring ourselves onto our elbows. So I have a support from the cushion or from the cushion that I have. If you see that your knees are lifting too high, then maybe it's better to stay on your hands. But if you feel comfortable, then allow yourself to simply relax here. If you feel, no, I can go deeper, then melt your elbows into the position and allow yourself to go deeper. You can also have a block underneath your head, giving you that support. This support can be as high as you need it to be. I'm going to show you. For example, you can even, while having the block under the butt, you can also start to increase the support that you have on your back and then allow yourself to drop down. You need also something for your head here. And for those of you who practice this without a support, we're going to first come up on our elbows, and then when it feels comfortable, we're going to allow ourselves to drop down. Our chest is opening. There's a slight flexion in our spine. We're just going to relax ourselves in this position, breathing in and out with support or actively in the position. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So bring your hands next to your torso. Come stable on top of your elbows. This goes for all of the variations or modifications. Then we're going to come slowly back with a neutral spine. And then we're going to allow ourselves to gently fall into child's pose again. Remove the block here if necessary. Allow your shoulders to melt in front of your knees and keep breathing in and out. And then when you're ready, bring your chin to your chest, vertebrae for vertebrae. Allow yourself to come back up. Release your legs out of this position. Give yourself a hug. Allow your neck to relax here. Take a deep breath in. And as you relax, lift up your head one by one. Stretch out your legs. Keep your toes nice and long. Inhale, lifting up your body. And exhaling, going into a nice and deep forward fold. Keeping your chest open here. Let's stay here for 5 seconds. 5. Every exhale brings you deeper. 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Let go of your hands. Inhale, lift up your body. And exhale, allow your arms to come down and your upper body to relax. In Shavasana. And before we neutralize and relax our body here to soak in all these poses, let's go for a nice twist. Let us bend our right leg, placing our foot on top of our thigh on the left side. Grab this knee with your left hand and gently pull to the left side while looking at the right side. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling, coming back to the center. Allowing your right leg to release. And then lifting up your left leg. Fixing the position of your hips. Grabbing with your right hand and pulling to the right side while looking to the left. Then inhaling, coming back to center. And exhaling, bending both legs, raising your hips so that you can really lengthen the spine. Raise, place a bit lower as to lengthen your upper body, and then one after the other. Come into Shavasana with every part of your body and mind. In Shavasana, take deep breaths in and out, breathing in the essence of love and freedom in every cell of your body, in every layer of your being. And as you exhale, release all emotional, mental stress. Allow that energy to spread through your being. And then gently open your eyes, bend your legs so that you can turn to one side, and then lift up your body. Sitting for one more moment here so that we can make a quick recap of our poses. So today we worked on all these beautiful seated poses. Poses like our Supta Virasana, the reclined hero pose, really helps us to stretch out important glands in our abdominal area, along with the digestive organs and glands, reproductive glands. It's meant to be really good for women, for their reproductive organs. So there was some beautiful poses that you can keep on practicing and getting deeper into, modifications in Supta Virasana that helps you to step by step get into them. We have poses like Siddhasana that help us to really get into the world of our meditation, of stillness, of the inner source and light, and connect with our higher selves. We have our Badha Konasana that helps us to open up our hips and really, really release all emotional baggages from this area. And we have Matsyasana, which opens up our chest, even activating the thymus gland, opening up our ribs so that we have more space in this area to attract and welcome more energy. So I really hope that you were able to enjoy these poses, practice safely and wisely, and we'll see us again next time. Namaste.